Welcome back to Seen It Before. We're probably going to say something stupid about your favorite movie because we've seen it all before. I'm Danny.
I'm Dan. And we got Gladiator II today. John is back. And we are...
Hey.
Yeah, I'm not on his side. And he smells. I decided to come over here today.
He smells?
What? I don't know. So yeah, Gladiator II. Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, the Ascals. Yes.
See, I thought it was Gladiator the second.
Well, it goes Glad
Roman
to
numerals.
It goes Glad to
That was
Tor.
a bad joke. That was a really bad.
That's
how
how
long
it's
were you
written.
sitting on that one?
Four stick.
Yeah, exactly. One of those.
How long were you sitting on that joke?
What? I just came up with it.
No, you didn't.
No, because it all clicked. Roman numerals. Roman Empire.
He wants to talk about Paul Mescal. He wants to talk about Paul Mescal's nose. So that's what he told
He's
me.
got a Roman nose.
Who's got a Roman nose?
Paul Mescal.
Paul Mescal.
Yeah.
Like it looked like he got punched in the face the whole movie.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Some of us got beat up noses. I don't know what you got to get mad about.
Well, it's just like I think what makes Romans is like, it's the nose, right? It's like kind of like a the bridge of the nose is a lot thicker and like
Yes.
and then also the eyes are a little smaller and a little puffier.
Have you thought about this? Have
Yes,
you just
I actually
looked
have.
at pictures of Romans and been like,
Well, I
what
was
is
thinking
the
of like
theme here?
because he looks like the statues. You know what I mean?
Those are statues. Those are statues. Those aren't the people.
I'm saying. Oh my God.
All right, we're gonna not talk about this anymore.
They're statues.
Forget
for
the
now-
movie. So Rome.
Anyway,
For now, let's get to it.
so Rome was built in a day.
Wow, you just took that from John. All right.
I'm sure you do that.
Anyway, you do it.
How do we do it? Anyway,
So Rome was built in a day, huh?
you motherfucker.
Damn,
Oh
both of you
man.
stole my joke. I
Oh
don't like
God.
this.
Sorry, one more time.
I'm seething now. Okay, we're back. It's our third time doing this. And we won't say what was built in a day.
I think you can infer. Anyway, let's get to our compliment sandwich. So one good thing, one bad thing, and one more good thing to top it off. John, let's start with you. How about Gladiator 2?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll start. I wasn't ready for that.
Get to
Yeah, I
it.
know.
First compliment I'll say is Denzel. Denzel did great in this movie. You know, typical Denzel being Denzel. One bad thing I'll say, and I'll definitely get more into it because it's my main issue with the movie, is just how shoehorned the connection from the first Gladiator to this one is. It's very member berry style. Hey, remember this thing? Hey, remember that thing? Hated it. Really slowed down the momentum of the movie. And then my second compliment is the combat's still good. It's still probably just as good as the first one. Great battle scenes. There's some issues, but again, there were some issues with the first one. So if you're looking for something with a good amount of combat, it's probably on the same level as the first one.
Okay. Yeah, John, I'm going to take a page out of your book right there. And my good thing is that this movie is all about the action, and they upped the ante on every single scene from the first one. And just how different each one was. There's a battle in the Colosseum in water. There's the fight
did happen
scene
in Rome. That was very historically
fight scene
accurate.
like a throne room. There's all these different types of battles, and it's nice to see different variations of that. Some of the parts with the backstory and how he got from the first one to the second one left me questioning, why did it have to go down that way? They really didn't build upon it, but I'll get more into it as we get through this review. And another good thing, Pedro Pascal. He surprised me in this movie at how good he actually was.
That was definitely his movie.
Him and Denzel together was money. They were both fantastic. And Paul Mescal, he was good. I just don't think you can live up to Maximus.
My compliment sandwich is I like that it was different. It didn't it could have just been the cookie cutter thing that we all expected it to be. It went in a few different directions that I didn't think it would. It had some twists on it. Bad thing is though, there's not that much character development with a lot of people here, other than our main, not even really our main character. And I guess the next good thing is Pedro Pascal's really good. The performances are really good, from the legends and Paul Mescal. I think he held his own as a leading man. I think he's kind of up and coming. So,
all right, it's time to get to our blind rankings. So, Danny, we did his before John got here, so we're gonna play that for you right now. All right, Danny. Here's your blind rankings for Ridley Scott directed movies.
I'm blind. I can't see.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. Oh, wait.
1 to 8.
1 to 8. Okay. Blade Runner. I'm gonna piss everybody off. I'm gonna say 7.
Ooh, okay.
I don't really like Blade Runner.
Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down. I'm gonna give that 5.
Okay. Prometheus.
If you guys saw the Alien Romulus video, I kind of like Prometheus. I know it's sacrilege, so I'm gonna give that 3.
Thelma and Louise.
4.
Alien.
I'm trying to remember. Alien 1. There's going to be a Ridley Scott movie that I forget that I like more. Alien 1.
Oh, Aliens 1. I thought you were like Alien 1. I'm like, there is only one alien.
There is only one alien.
The Martian.
Fuck, damn it. Yeah, 2. Yeah, The Martian's 2.
American Gangster.
Haven't actually seen it, so 8.
Gladiator.
What do I have left? 4?
I think so. Or 2.
Or 3 maybe.
No, said
3 was... I don't know. I'm not keeping track.
Eh.
Whatever's left.
All right, John, it is your turn for blind rankings. Are you ready for Ridley Scott directed movies?
Can't wait. Let's do this.
Okay.
How many are there?
8.
8 movies?
So,
total?
yep.
Okay, so 8 to 1. Okay.
Yep. All right. Blade Runner.
Ooh. New one? Or the old
No,
one?
the first one.
First one. Okay. I'll go 4.
Okay. Black Hawk Down.
2.
Prometheus.
Oh, 8. Fuck that movie. Hate that shit.
Thelma and Louise.
Oh, okay. 5. I'll say 5.
Okay.
I put Prometheus pretty high.
Did you? Oh, I just hate it, man. I hate it.
Alien.
1. You gotta
Yeah,
go 1.
same.
The Martian.
Is that CGI
That's
kid movie?
that's the Matt Damon movie.
Oh,
That's
that one.
Mars Needs Moms.
Okay. The Martian. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I probably should have written down. I already forgot where I put stuff. Hang on.
I hope Dan was keeping track.
I'm not.
No one kept track.
What are numbers?
Martian. I'll go 6. I'll go 6.
Okay. American Gangster.
Oh damn it! Oh no.
That one I put
3.
at 8.
I'll do 3. 3 is available.
Be 7.
So this one has to be 7. What is it?
Gladiator.
No. I didn't think about Gladiator. No, it's so bad. Oh no. Oh.
Man, you really fucked that one.
I fucked that one so bad. Damn it. You know what? That is on me. I should have expected it to get thrown in there somewhere.
All right. Time to get to the spoiler part of our review. So, yeah. Yeah, that's the sound.
We have a little graphic.
All right. Well, we got this really epic, like, CGI thing to start the movie. Not necessarily talking about the ships and everything, but, like, the actual, title cards and everything. It was really well done. Yeah, anyway.
Where they basically just
with the cast listing
what
at the
happened.
beginning.
Yeah, they told
yeah,
what
yeah.
happened.
The whole
It was
like Spider-Man.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was
Recap
literally
last
the
movie.
entire
Yeah.
first Gladiator movie in the title scene. I was like,
yeah.
yeah, right. In case you didn't watch the first one, in case you ranked at 7th, then you.
And I didn't see any of the recent trailers for this movie, but I've heard they've spoiled a lot of the plot points in the trailers.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, we're going to get into it. In the last podcast, I brought up the fact that I'm pretty sure somebody wears Maximus's armor, and then that's what ends up happening. So I probably got that from a trailer or something.
probably did.
But
Yeah. It's kind of upsetting.
I wasn't expecting one thing to happen
what?
about halfway through the movie. Oh wait, spoilers. I wasn't expecting Pedro Pascal to die.
I was.
I was.
I was
expecting him to kind of like somehow get out of there.
I mean, just the way his character was going. I mean, like he was.
He didn't even get to do any of the coup. He was just
Yeah.
He had this whole plan to bring in this army to retake Rome, and it's like that sucks. But like,
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. So,
Yeah, no.
just first off, did you
Ships.
realize this is the exact same plot as Gladiator 1?
yes, and a lot of the same. Big
starts
ones.
with a crazy battle scene, which in this one it was a naval scene, which it was cool. Starts with a battle scene. Main character gets turned into a slave after losing the battle, becomes a gladiator, has a whole plan to get revenge on this person, and then during said revenge plan, he also causes a revolt in the Roman Empire. It's the same plot. It's the same movie.
It's the same until halfway through.
I'd say the third act is very different.
What's different about the third act?
Well, the person he has the personal grudge for is Pedro Pascal.
Okay.
And then they end up coming to terms,
Right.
and then he dies.
And then the revolution that he leads happens. That happened in the first one. It even gets down to the point of where they fight a gladiator who is like, his whole theme is an animal. And then there's also a gladiatorial battle where the main character denies the thumb ruling of the emperor. That happened in the first one. It's like down to a T. It's the same goddamn movie.
No, but the whole second or like third act, second half, that's all new though. Like Maximus dies in the ring after he overcomes Commodus. Like that's
right.
That happens. Or that scene-ish thing happens halfway through the movie. You have a whole other half of the movie where he leads the revolt.
Yeah, there was a revolt in the first one.
But then he takes back control of Rome, and then
they go a little more in depth. You're right.
Right. The Proximo, Denzel, then he takes over.
You're right. No, they go a little more in depth. You're right. But I'm just saying, it really is just
it's not like word for word the same thing.
No,
but yeah,
I'm saying
got the same feel.
Yeah, you still ended up in the same. It's a bit.
My man definitely took the spark notes of one and went, copy my homework, but don't make it obvious that you copy my homework. You know what I mean?
At least it was Ridley Scott that directed it too. At least it was Ridley Scott. It's a separate director.
So, and we'll ask this question down the line, but again, if this movie was made, shorter than 20 years ago, I might be less hard on it, but if it was like, hey, 10 years or even, whatever, okay, cool, that's fine, because it's more continuously a sequel, whereas like this was, hey, over 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's funny because more real time has passed than in the movie. It's like 16 years passed in the movies and then 24 years passed in real time.
Yeah, exactly. So what did you guys think about that naval battle?
I liked was it like a big thing that pinned a dude up against the board.
The spear?
The spear's like,
the spear catapult just fucking pins a guy to a floor.
That was sick.
I think they got that from Game of Thrones because there was that one in the Watches on the Wall. You see it goes like over the wall. Like he gets a javelin comes up from one of the giants, goes through him, so he's up on the wall. He goes over the wall, over the other side, and just and it gets staked.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, just into it.
Yeah.
No, they didn't skimp on any of the gore and anything. It was really well done with all the fight scenes and all the action, all the practical effects. So
where I thought was kind of weak though is dealing with his wife. Mm. I'm like, oh,
Lucilla,
No.
Oh, his wife.
The no-named character. Yeah. As soon as the movie started, I was like, that chick's about to die. There's no care whatsoever.
It was very predictable, this movie, which I think I texted Danny and we talked about after we saw it. Like, this is a very predictable
I did think
movie.
It was silly, though, that in the middle of the fight scene, she shoots an arrow, misses Pedro, and Pedro has enough foresight to command his entire arsenal to point at that one archer. I'm like, that's stupid. I was like, that's not how that works. You don't go, hey, everybody, stop that one person, take him out. No, it's like, hey, archers that way. You're just like, her. Like, it was stupid.
And then she gets a single arrow to the chest.
Right to the chest, yep.
Straight up right down the middle. And I was like, wow, that's great. I don't think you have that kind of aim, first of all.
I did think it did lead into a scene that I was actually surprised by. Yeah. Just how it,
the death scene?
Yeah, how it's like purgatory. Yeah, I thought that was artistically nice.
Yeah, I like it better than the wheat field.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
I mean, it's just copying that in its own
You want to
way.
talk about the wheat field? What's the first shot of the new movie? My man's just a barrel of wheat. He's just grabbing all the wheat. I was like, no. Literally, the first shot.
Enough of this.
The first shot is his hands going into grain and just picking it up. I was like, come on. Every time. Mm-hmm. So they lose the battle. He gets taken as a slave for gladiatorial battles. And then he goes to a camp.
Fights monkeys.
Yeah, what'd you think of that? What did you think of the baboons?
That was dumb.
Really?
That was fucking
dumb.
I
thought the CGI was not good for the monkeys.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's fine.
But I thought the concept. Have you baboons are
they're
vicious, bro.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Although I don't know what they were trying to get at with him being like as a savage by biting and eating the monkey. Like, because you don't ever
Patient
see
zero, dog. You know what I'm saying? Patient zero. That was more his story than
that's
anything.
how Contagion started.
Yeah, it wasn't Contagion. That's how everything started. Was him biting a monkey in Rome.
Yep.
But like, we don't ever see any more of that like savagery or viciousness later on in the movie. It's just kind of like,
Yeah, well, I think he doesn't have to, because he's actually given weapons and stuff, so he doesn't have to resort to biting or anything. But I think it's kind of there, like, hey, there's no giving up in this guy, because everyone else was just kind of like, I'm gonna die, I guess. Like
it's a baboon. I guess.
Yeah, it's a baboon. I have no weapons. I'm just gonna accept my fate. Where he's like, no, I'm gonna bite this monkey back. If this monkey's gonna bite me, I'm gonna bite him back.
Nah, he's got rage, as they were saying. Yeah,
Right.
like he's use your rage in a
Yeah, I mean,
that kind of way. Yeah.
It's a big problem with these kinds of like scale movies and TV shows where like if you're dealing with a huge, like, you know, the fate of an empire or whatever, and like that whole thing, it's gonna be hard to get the little people to have a spotlight. That's what I think like House of the Dragon did pretty well. That a few main characters that were the little people, so you understood them, you cared a little more about them.
Oh, that's what TV shows can do, though. They can give arcs to these kinds of characters.
Yeah, they have more time. Like I said, the main character.
Well, this movie's 2.5 hours long.
Yeah, I didn't think it needed that. You know why it was 2.5 hours long? Because they had to shoehorn in all the shit from the first movie, which I was telling Dan, so much of this movie was doing good. Like, there's a lot more like political espionage and like backstabbing and like Roman type shit. That like there was one scene that was like Denzel was being so Denzel that like I'm looking at him like, dude, this is badass. Then the next scene is like, Maximus is your dad. I was like, no, you just the whole momentum of the movie stopped just to be like, oh, this is your dad's armor. I'm like,
Right,
I don't care.
Let's talk about Lucilla for a second, because that was the biggest thing I said in my spoiler-free review, is that like I don't understand. All right, so Maximus died in the ring, and now the kid is like gonna be hunted. What the fuck was that about? Like that wasn't.
So
Marcus Aurelius' grandson.
I guess.
Yeah, so he's the grandson. Commodus is dead, so now technically he's the next in line for power. And they're like, hey, this is a kid. I want power. I'm going to kill the rightful heir to the throne. So that's why Lucilla was like, hey, he needs to kick rocks. Granted, I don't know how you just... Did he like actually lose his memory, or he was just like...
No, he was playing. He was
He
playing.
was? Okay.
He was like, that son is dead.
Yeah, no, he was playing.
Well, you're 12.
I don't know why he was mad.
I
at her,
feel
though.
like that's my thing. Like at 12, I feel like you would have granted, I don't live in a Roman Empire, so I can't say.
Oh, yeah. Then when Pedro Pascal and Lucilla, when they're like talking in like their chamber or whatever, and then their maid is there, she's like,
Oh my God.
No, it's so fucking funny.
That was probably the best shot when they're talking about like...
It's like Disney Channel shit.
Yeah, that was straight up Disney Channel.
You just hear the hand on my
funny.
Yeah, they're like just straight up like oh, we need to overthrow the emperor. And you just see she just starts
She's right behind me, isn't she?
she just starts sliding away like we were in the theater. There's a couple behind us. And they're like, this bitch. They started dying laughing. They're like, look at this snitch. I was like, oh my God. Next battle scene. So again, they're going through just like the first one. They're going through like, oh, building up my fame and all this stuff. Next battle is a dude riding a rhino, which weirdly enough, I thought the rhino CGI was better than the monkey CGI.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
But that fight scene, I would think that was the worst fight scene.
You think it was the worst one?
I think so. Where the fuck is everyone? Because we literally talked about this in the first one. They did the classic Hollywood
Oh,
like
yeah, you hate that.
Yeah, so you could
it
see
doesn't work.
Swords clash.
Yeah, they don't work. Your chest gets in the way. You can't. This makes more sense because you're coming outward. So if you literally put them both here and sliced, that works. You're coming here and you're. It doesn't work. So
it feels more
A little
personal.
preview for John's combat corner.
but so another Hollywood trope that they didn't change. But then also, so like okay, there was maybe like what 5 or 6 of them, and the rhino crashes. Cool, guy gets off the rhino. the rhino gladiators fighting our main gladiator, and then the other gladiators, you don't even see them.
Yeah,
They're just,
I was thinking
they were gone.
Like,
They're
I was thinking, is there like a 1v1 rule or something?
I
that
don't
they gotta
think
do
so.
In the gladiator ring?
No.
Like,
And then, of course, just like the first one, they started this battle with, hey, stay close, stay as a unit. And then, oh, no, one guy's like, no, I'm not. I'm going to go get this
Why? I don't
Literally
understand.
impaled.
How dumb are you? I'm going to go get this rhino by myself. Like, are you dumb? And then, sure enough, he died, which that death was cool, how he just got, like, speared by and then tossed off to the side.
Yeah.
But again, like
deserved
I
it.
remember watching them fight, and I'm like, where'd everybody else
Yeah,
go?
right.
I was like, are they attacking the rhino? I'm like, but then the next shot, the rhino's just standing in the corner. I was like, all right, so nobody did anything.
it kind of seems like we're back in that trend though, where like there's bad action because I've been watching Cobra Kai, and like something happened between the last season or so to this new one where it's like they're in like these tournaments and like that everything's like slow, like speed ramp, slow motion, like Zack Snyder, but like it's just so clearly like. They're just slowing down their movements and they're not actually fighting.
Yeah, because I
And
think
like light punches and
because I
kicks
think
and
the
stuff.
issue with Cobra Kai, A, it's Netflix, but B,
Well, it used to be good though. Like
well, that's what I'm saying. Now that show has progressed so far that no one's really watching for the combat. They're watching for the drama about, whatever random character from Cobra Kai 3 they can pull out of nowhere. There are a couple of like not low budget, but like low maintenance fights which happened in Rome where it was like, hey, we're at this party. Your gladiator versus my gladiator. And then they would
it
just
reminded
fight.
me of Dune. That's what it kind of reminded me of a
a little bit like the throne room and stuff.
Yeah. So I mean, those are basic, fight scenes. The strikings were good. You didn't really see any like cold punches like the classic Hollywood. Like I'm gonna strike and then as I come, I like stop at contact rather than a follow through. So those strikes were good.
Oh, I did see one punch when they were doing the I think they were fighting like it was testing him out in like the gladiator like roundup thing,
Yeah.
like where he like throws like the gloves on him. He doesn't take them.
Yeah.
Oh
At the
yeah,
camp,
saw
yeah, I
one
saw
fight.
that.
I
Yeah,
saw one punch specifically where it went like this, and you see the guy's face like over here.
Yeah.
He's like, ugh, you hear the punch.
yeah.
And then I thought the Navy, like the actual like Navy reenactment in the Coliseum was dope, where they like had sharks in the water.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Did that fucking happen in Rome?
Yeah. Nope. They would flood the Coliseum, and then they would have.
Where did they get the
naval-
sharks? How did they get the sharks?
I don't
to
know about
Rome.
Okay, they also had rhinos. They also had
But
the
how
one
did-
guy bought giraffes in the first
The
movie.
rhino at least makes
They
sense.
bought gay giraffes.
Yeah, I bought gay giraffes.
You can just bring them both from Africa, but like, how do you get sharks from the water without dying into the Coliseum? That's what I'm saying, man.
I mean, maybe that part's not real, but hey.
Anyway, that's all.
How
I
did
got
they
for that.
flood the Coliseum though? Is that
I think the way they showed
Was
it,
it
they
just-
had or not agricultural. They
it
had
like-
like piping and waters to go into the Coliseum. Hey, there's a reason Rome crashed because they spent time on this rather than feeding their people.
oh right?
I mean, yeah.
But so that was real. They would flood the water and then do actual like naval battles. Again, they didn't really do a lot of swordplay this time around. You notice that? It was way more like archer
Yeah.
type stuff. Like, because once they like even breached onto the boat, that like the sword fighting was secondary. Like a lot less than the first one, which I'm not
That's
hugely
bigger.
against.
It's bigger scale.
Yeah.
That's probably what.
So that battle scene, and then I think that's kind of it when it comes to Glad. Like
Yeah.
who else was there? And then the final one.
The final one was just
between him and Denzel. I mean, meh.
cutting his hand off was pretty cool.
Yeah, the hand cutting off was cool. I mean, after so many stabs to the armor, I was like, and there's no mark on the armor whatsoever.
Yeah, right.
I was like, that's a little ridiculous. But I mean, overall, I would say it's probably on the same scale. I'd probably also give it a 7 for different reasons than the first one. Like I said, there was less swordplay, which was all right. More archery stuff, more naval
More of a
stuff.
spectacle.
Yeah, more spectorial. So I'll say again, they still had the same issues where at one point the main character grabs dual wield. Like I don't know why it's a rule in every fucking Rome movie. The main character has to dual wield swords. I don't know why they didn't do it
badass, bro.
They didn't do it that much.
Thing.
But then again, the whole this shit doesn't work. This does not work. So I'd say probably 7 out of 10 for all the combat.
All right. Politics.
Politics.
Yeah, no,
he's
was
good,
good.
though, yeah.
No, he
know.
just brings a certain kind of flair to the role, and I think this movie kind of needed something like that, and he executed it.
I do think he probably had the best scene in the movie. Easily the best scene. So
With the head thing.
Yeah, when they're like, and again, this is just Rome as a whole. So we'll get into it in a second. But so the new emperor walks out of the room after he like gives his whole meeting to the Senate or whatever.
Well, hold on. Is he's stupid? Like the brother,
the older brother said something about like his disease
Pretty sure they're
starting.
twins. I don't think any
They're
of them-
twins, but the
I thought he was just saying how he's gay.
what?
Because he's like, it spread from his loins to his brain.
Yeah, I think
thought he
he-
was saying how like the gay, like because he obviously he has.
No,
Like,
I think it was an STD. I think it was like some sort of
Oh,
Yeah, it makes
okay.
sense.
like how Al Capone got crazy because he got like syphilis or something,
Yeah.
and they didn't treat
They
it,
don't
so
have
he
treatments,
went
yeah.
fucking crazy. That's what I took from that.
Okay, I thought it was just because like ancient times they didn't really know what it was and like.
I mean, yeah, it basically yes, but no.
Okay.
Yes, but no. So do we want to talk about
Let's
the
talk-
emperors?
let's talk about the
and
emperors
then
first
go
before-
into this.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
So yeah, Joseph Quinn did a great job as the taller emperor. It was supposed to be Barry Keoghan actually that played him, but he dropped out. And we talked about him last week. About what did we talk?
Did we talk about it?
Yeah, we did because my recasting, I put him as Commodus.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, no, he was fun. He was just getting to play fucking crazy because he's played what 2 characters. He's gonna be Johnny Storm next year. He played in A Quiet Place Day 1 this past year where he barely talked. This one, he got to actually
that's
have.
the point of the movie, though.
He got to have fun though in this one, so that was,
Can't get mad at the guy for doing what he was told to do.
Well, I thought because now we got like a preview of how like their chemistry between Pedro Pascal and Joseph Quinn, how they're going to be in Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah, they're both the Fantastic Four.
I don't think they filled Joaquin's shoes. I mean, I don't think you can. Those are big shoes to fill. That also pissed me off. God damn
It
it.
is still backwards.
It's still backwards.
But they were
Hollywood, you had so much time
But
to get it right. It's this for kill. It's this
Yeah.
for live.
So the twins in like mythology and stuff like that for Roman culture, like they were raised by that wolf or something like that, right? 'Cause that
Sure, they're sucking on the.
yeah, they're stuck
Yeah.
on the tail of the wolf, yeah, whatever. And I forget the whole story behind that, but I remember hearing that in high school and stuff like that.
was that based off a myth? I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
no, it's based off a myth.
How did they take over?
They're
scrawny little
I don't know
assholes.
how they took over. That's another great question.
No. Like Maximus is like, I did it.
Well, Maximus is dead.
Dies.
Yeah, he dies.
Maybe they got it.
Commodus is dead, and they're just like, oh, let's
Maybe
get
they
these
just
two
took
assholes.
control like Denzel did. I mean, maybe they just did the same kind of thing.
Yeah, they just murdered a bunch of people.
But they don't look smart enough.
No.
Like at least, like Joseph Quinn, he's a smarter one because he doesn't have like a crazy brain.
He got
going
fucking
on.
shanked, bro.
Yeah, multiple. Like,
Yeah, like he
Well,
just
again,
got fucked
and again,
up.
that goes back to the politics that this was all a plan by Denzel to pin both brothers against each other to get them to trust him, and then essentially assist one in assassinating the other one, so that the dumb one with a pet monkey is now the emperor, which leads into
He appoints the monkey.
yeah, which leads to the best scene in the movie. So, all right, brother's dead. The shorter one is now the emperor. He's like, well, my first decree is my pet monkey is my number one. And you just see everyone look around like, oh, no.
And
And
then
Denzel's like, yeah, let's go. Monkey for the win. So everyone else cheers in. And he's like, all right, well, my number 2 is Denzel. And then everyone, oh, yeah, cool. So as soon as the emperor leaves and they're all like panicking, Denzel's like, all right, sit down. And then he's like, this is how shit's really going to
Yeah,
be
right.
run. And he's like, I'm in
Denzel
charge.
did
Like, Denzel did Denzel. I was like, I looked at Dan. I was like, this scene is fucking badass. Because, like, again, that was all like Rome, like behind the scenes, like puppet master, all this shit. And the next scene is like, Maximus is your dad. No. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, that scene was so badass, and then the entire movie just stops, and it's like, hey,
Until Pedro Pascal gets like fucking annihilated by arrows. My God.
didn't he already get killed at that
Yeah,
point?
Did he? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like, because that was like the start of the third act was like,
Right,
hey,
right,
we're
right.
starting to get crazy, and then it's like, oh, hey, let's go to this gravesite that was your father's, and it's like, oh, hey, here's his armor. I'm like, no. Don't. And I looked at him. I go, if he puts that fucking armor on, I'm gonna lose.
You kind
my
of already knew he was going to.
Dude, it was so shoehorned. And then even like when, like, all right, hey, we're gonna execute Lucilla because Pedro Pascal and Lucilla created this whole plan to overthrow us and all this stuff. Well, now her execution has to be public. Like the Senate was like, if we kill her, Rome's gonna like have a field day, and Denzel's like, yeah. That's the point. I'll just kill the other kid, and then I'll be like, hey, I'm your savior. Yeah. Like, the fact that he had everything planned out, like, that was so cool. And then, again...
Of course, Lucilla does the same way his wife does.
Yeah, of course.
I was like...
Yeah, that's not... So, like, yeah, Lucius?
Lucilla?
Lucius.
Lucius. Like,
that's his name, yeah.
The main character. Hano. Yeah.
He, like, doesn't really react at all to his loved ones dying.
Yeah, because they... don't actually.
He's filled with rage. He's not like Spider-Man rage where he cries, but he's got like rage.
Tobey Maguire rage. Spider-Man 3 Black Venom rage.
I'm fucking badass. We didn't really talk about Pedro Pascal dying.
I mean, we talked. I thought he shot the fuck up by arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so that whole. I mean, even that battle scene was like, oh, okay. Like they started for like a few seconds, a few sword clashes.
Yeah.
I didn't buy like. Hano? What's the main character's name?
Hano or Lucius?
Okay.
Lucius.
Is it Lucius?
Yes.
Okay. I'm getting him and Lucilla mixed up.
Well, it is his mother.
He is named after.
I get that. So Maximus's kid.
Lucius.
So Maximus's kid.
Anyway.
So he has this whole arc of like, I'm gonna get my revenge, I'm gonna give him my revenge, and then the second the battle happens, not even like a full conversation, he's just like, I loved your mom. Like Pedro Pascal is just like, I loved your mom, man, and he's like, I can't kill this guy.
You're a good guy.
Yeah,
you murdered my entire
dude.
village, but you're all right.
Yeah, like, oh, you're a good dude. Throws the sword down.
Like, but you love my mom that abandoned me 16 years ago.
Like I didn't. Yeah, exactly. Like I didn't really buy the sudden character
I think that was
change.
just his character development in general. Just wasn't that great.
They could just make him not mad at his mom.
Well, again,
and,
the
like,
same
that
thing would have
help him,
happened if he wasn't Maximus's son. The same shit would have happened, no matter what. Anyway.
Well, then he wouldn't have been able to do the heel turn though. So would it be like I don't give a shit if you loved the Maximus's ex-wife, or like his
the
side
mom
piece.
I abandoned. Yeah, like
if it wasn't Lucius, it's just some random gladiator guy.
Yeah.
It's like, why do I give a fuck about who you fucking?
yeah. Who
like,
are you, man?
you murdered
Why
my
do you
wife.
keep showing me this gravesite? I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah.
That's your dad.
No, it's not.
Times I gotta tell you.
Just because I picked sand up once does not mean
Sand is everywhere, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, this
It's
would have
a
been better.
technique.
This story would have been a better movie.
That's just the whole movie. They're trying to convince that Maximus is his dad. He's like, he's not. He's not.
And Jimon Hansu's just like, I buried him.
Yeah,
He's right
I buried
here.
it. This is your father.
like,
I don't know who the fuck
No,
this guy is.
bro.
Yeah, I don't know who this guy is. But like, no, he's your dad.
I was born in fucking Egypt, bro. And like,
Yeah, my dad's over
I
there.
just kind of wandered over here, man.
You
like,
took me here. You took me and brought me here. I don't know who this guy is.
Dude, I'm crazy. I bite monkeys.
Yeah, I bite monkeys.
seen-
Did Maximus bite a monkey? No, not my dad.
Oh, but he picked up sand. Oh,
Just like picked up sand, monkey. I don't know. I mean, like, and that's my whole issue with this movie. That if you like, the combat was good, the whole political stuff, all that stuff, like the Rome Empire stuff was cool. Even if you kept this gladiator turns out to be a fallen, is the rightful heir to the throne for whatever reason. Even if you kept that, which maybe yes, maybe no,
Yeah.
and you just took out all the unnecessary fluff of connecting it to the first movie, the movie would have been so much better. Yeah. If you just took out all this shit about like, oh, it's Maximus this, it's Maximus that, this is his sword, and the one time, and that line from that one time, and this line, like, hey, remember berries, remember. So it's, if you just took all that shit out, this would just be a good Roman time.
That's what I'm saying. You don't need to connect it.
It doesn't need to be connected. So the fact that you just shoehorned in everything makes me like this movie less, in my opinion.
I already think I changed my ranking for the first movie after seeing this one because I think
it's higher.
It's Gladiator is definitely gonna be higher than
a 7.
83 I gave it. I think I'm gonna have to change my ranking of the first Gladiator to probably a 88. I'm not gonna give it a 90. but it's definitely an
God
80.
forbid.
Still too
God
low.
forbid.
Still too low.
Because I want to give this one a little bit of a lower.
I want to kick it while it's
score.
down.
No, I don't want to kick all this down because it has some fun stuff in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got nothing else on this movie. Honestly, I don't know if you guys do, but
So what'd you give it? You gave it a.
so I gave the first one an 88. I'm giving this one a 81. So it's fun, but it's not nearly as good as the first one.
If I had to give it a rating, I gave the first one like a 95.
Yes.
I mean, even if you took the exact same movie and made it 10 years ago, maybe I would have.
It didn't connect it to Maximus.
No. Even if you took the whole movie with the Maximus and all that stuff and just made it 10 years from the original, maybe I would have been like, oh, okay, cool. It's closer, so it's just a regular sequel. But like,
could have brought back Russell Crowe in this one as well.
Did you
that
hear
point.
some of the sequels they had planned? I'll get into it in a second. So, all the bullshit shoehorning shit, I would probably say I'd probably give it like an 80 overall.
Yeah. So it's not. No, there's not much terrible about the movie, but it's just the plot and the connecting threads are the worst part of this movie.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
It was like an Incredibles 2 thing.
Yeah, that's
You
fair.
didn't need to.
Anyway, all right. What were you gonna say?
So there were two plans to make a sequel. The first one had Russell Crowe in it, which I forget how, but Russell Crowe was like, no. So the second one, hear me out. So Nicolas Cage becomes a gladiator. And then the emperor's like, hey, or not an emperor, or god. Like one of the Greek gods comes down and is like, hey, Christianity's being too much of a thing. You need to kill people. And Nicolas Cage has to go like, yeah, Zeus, I'll do that for you. Okay, Zeus. And it's a whole story about how like, kind of like God of War style, just going through like the pantheon. It sounded like, I was like reading it. I was like, this is a coke dream. There's no way this was real. But it was real. Like they had, I don't know if they had a script, but it was like a whole plan to have like Nicolas Cage.
John, I think you need to write a fan fiction about this.
I'm not writing a fanfic. I'm saying this was a movie.
Make this the D&D campaign.
No,
Just Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
No. We've had enough Nicolas Cage in our D&D
That
campaigns.
is true. I do have a character.
He said you have like a whole like list of
You had a whole list of quotes and
quotes or
stuff like
whatever?
that.
Yeah, so I had this character that I made for this campaign. It was a kobold, so like a little like half human, half dragon, but he was also like undead. I forget the name of the undead breed, but so his like skull is exposed. And he would drive a Mastiff dog, and his name was Nicholas something Cage Meridius.
We call him Nick.
And you just call him Nick for short. So anytime they would talk to him, he would just say a line from a Nick Cage movie. That was his way of communicating.
put the bunny back in the
Let's ride.
Yeah, and they'd be like, "Oh, hey, Nick, what do you think we should do?" And he goes like, "Let's ride."
So, I believe there are plans for a third Gladiator movie. I don't know. Paul Mescal will be returning, I'm pretty
I
sure.
like him.
I don't know
He's
anything
James
else
McAvoy.
about it, but I think Ridley Scott is currently coming up with a plan for
You
a third
don't
movie.
need. Then you shouldn't have connected it to the first one. Just have this
But
be
they
this
can
own.
franchise it now.
But you could have franchised it with this, Ben. Just call it something other than Gladiator, and just had it be a Roman era movie.
We're Seen It Before. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok with the handle @SeenItBeforecast. That's SCENE It Beforecast. And you can find me on Letterboxd with DonutMan96. I'm Dan.
I'm so tired of the outros.
It's right
There.
Oh, that your thing was getting.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I don't have any of that, so I
Yeah,
don't know how
yeah.
that works. I'm here.
It's
Keep
just-
watching.
just a-
Seen it before.
He'll be on Duel of Debates at some point in the next month or so.
I'm
so
getting that belt back, baby.
he's getting that. We're not getting
We'll
a
make
belt.
a-
Why aren't we
We're
getting
not
a belt?
belt.
Then I can do
I'll
WWE
give you
entrances.
I'll make a dress belt. I'll just get a dress belt.
Oh, let's give him
Here
a dress.
you go.
You can wear the tutu. The winner's tutu.
That's a thing. I don't want to do
Oh,
that.
it's gonna be a thing now.
Well, I mean, we can make like a crown because it's more like
That's dope.
it's
Hell
more
yeah.
like like medieval times.
I do
Fair
have
point.
like a sword.
So we are not gonna have a movie for a few weeks on this channel, but our next thing is gonna be the 10th year re-release of Interstellar. So that's
That's been 10 years.
been 10 years of Interstellar. Yeah.
Oh, what a riveting movie!
I don't know why you don't like this
I'm
movie.
not excited to
Oh
watch
my
this
god, I love this.
I don't want to watch Matthew McConaughey
It's
cry
one of
at
the-
a TV screen.
It's one of the only movies that actually makes me physically cry.
Oh wait,
when
I
see
was
it.
thinking of Inception.
Nope,
Oh,
Interstellar.
Interstellar sucks. No, you're right. That movie
I fucking
sucked.
hate you. So until next time, we'll see you next time.